Invasion of the Body Snatchers. There's no way they're gonna turn this into teen drama bullshit. There's just no way. Why would they ever do that? The Host. So The Host is a story, it's like the aftermath of an Invasion of the Body Snatchers type scenario, where the invasion isn't happening, it's already happened and we already lost. They say that with a voiceover in the beginning of this movie. It's like, oh, our world is fine, there's no crime, everyone's pretty docile, everyone trusts each other, everything is at peace. The only thing, it's not our world. Aliens invaded and their parasites invaded everyone's bodies, and now we're just not us anymore. Except for a select few people, and I was like, that's cool. Turns out I was wrong. It's just middle school bullshit. The story is the girl from the Lovely Bones, she's all grown up now, she was part of a resistance, she throws herself out of a window, she splats on the ground, so they're like, oh, okay, we'll just use her body, and we have another one. And now her eyes change, and she's an alien now. The only thing is, inside her head, she's still conscious. So you can hear her inside her head talking to the alien consciousness who is, you know, in the body. So the alien chick is going around doing her thing, and you can hear her talking with her and arguing with her. And eventually, of course, the alien chick's gonna empathize with her, and that's all fine and dandy, although at that point I was like, the premise is okay, but the execution's shit. There were a lot of flashbacks of her with her old boyfriend. You're like, okay, is this movie a series of flashbacks? Is that it? Do we have a movie that is just built all on flashbacks? Then that ends, and then we truck along, and you're just like, why is this happening? Come on, get to the resistance. Let's see some fighting. So they get to the resistance, and you're like, oh crap. Oh, now there's the boyfriend who hates the chick because that's the alien invaded body version of his old girlfriend, but now this guy is in love with the alien chick. And then inner monologue, and shit, it's not a love triangle, it's like a love 4G, it's a box. This person loved this person who this person used to be, but is actually still inside her head, and this person loves this person, and that alien chick is and that's the thing to do nowadays. You take any monster movie from the old days, werewolves, mummies, zombies, vampires, now aliens, doesn't matter, and you turn it into teen romance, which is a bummer because a movie like this could be an interesting thing if they didn't turn it into teen romance. Why can't you keep teen romance in high school where it belongs? I mean, if this premise happened in a high school, I'd be like, it's not good, but it is where it belongs. You start bringing it into the realm of alien invasion, I'm just like, why do you give it that coat of paint? I mean, just the dialogue wasn't believable either. I mean, come on, you can push the dialogue a little bit. It's the end of the world, alien invasion. You're obviously a chick with a little bit of attitude stuck inside your own head. So when she's doing inner monologue, why didn't she just lose her shit and be like, you know what, that's bullshit. You take the nicest, sweetest person ever. They're nice and sweet because they don't actually say curse words to other people. But if it's inside their own head, they think it. This movie should be rated R on dialogue alone. Nope, never cusses the entire movie. Stuff like that, I'm just like, it's unbelievable. And as much as teen romance is kind of the thing nowadays, and we've seen a lot of it, there were a couple of them that I actually did dig as movies. I was like, all right, so I'm not completely against that kind of thing if it's executed in a way that is good. But when I was watching this movie, I was like, of the Twilight ripoffs, this is the one that most closely resembles Twilight. And at that point, I did not know that the book that this movie is based off of was written by Stephenie Meyer, the author of Twilight. Then I saw that in the end credits, and I was like, everything just came together and makes perfect sense now. I can't stress this enough, even though the overall premise of the movie and the alien invasion thing could be interesting, the execution was choppy, the characters are terrible. There is not one character in this movie that you end up giving a shit about. This is one point where this kid is in mortal danger and you're like, so? I mean, of terrible movies that I see, there's usually one scene at least in one relation with a person where I'm like, all right, that's touching enough. This movie, I had none of that. I felt like a really hollow, shelled out bastard. Something good did come out of this movie. The chick from the Lovely Bones got hot. Good job, movie, for showing me that. I walked out of this movie and the security guy was like, so what'd you watch? I told him and he was like, not even worth 99 cents, huh? And I was like, no, because at that point you're still paying 2 hours of your life. And this movie is not worth that. Just wasn't buying or digging any of it. I will say The Host is dog shit. I can apparently buy zombie romance, I can buy witchcraft romance. Choppy alien invasion romance with inner monologue in the head of someone else, that's where I draw the line, I guess. But in a mocking way, if you had to change something into teen romance, what would it be? Me? Mortal Kombat, because I'm an asshole, I guess. But you know, something like that. Whatever it is, comment below, let me know. I really wouldn't do Mortal Kombat. I would never turn that into teen romance. Not ever. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.